Now we'll talk about the database management with reference to GIS. So there are special structures for both raster and vector model, and now we are going to look at how this data is managed. Previously it was organized into files. Today we are more like to use the database management system or database. So Barrow and McDonnell to make data quickly available to a multitude of users while still maintaining its integrity, to protect the data against deletion and corruption, and to facilitate the addition, removal and updating of data as necessary. So because of this requirement and this necessity, database was integrated with geography and it was called GIS. So before going to database, we will briefly look at some of the common file formats used in the past. So different proprietary systems each had their own file format, but over the time some has become de facto standards, means the trivial one, and how they still require internal conversions to applications local format, because the file format which is generally used, software which is a hit or used by many people, the file format of that particular software will be used everywhere, so it needs conversion between softwares. So database provided more flexibility, and files are still used today, useful for data exchange and maybe more convenient for small single user projects. Let us see some common file formats that we are going to come across. DIME, dual independent map encoding, data structure actually developed by US Bureau of the Census, and data was distributed as GBF, geographic base files. DIME, dual independent map encoding. Then Tiger, topologically integrated geographic encoding and referencing, again by US. DLG, digital line graph, and DXF, drawing exchange format. This is AutoGate format favored by OSI. And ArcInfo or ArcGIS coverage includes both vector and attribute data, args and info. And then the vector data contain topological information. Each coverage is stored in a directory containing several index binary files that speed up the access times. JFile, introduced way back in 1990 and still a prominent way to represent vector. Each JFile is actually a set of at least 3 files and do not contain any topology, but are more space and time efficient than coverages. Normally need to be joined to external attribute data. Definition of database: a unified computer-based collection of data shared by authorized user with the capability for control, definition, access, retrieval, manipulation and presentation of data. Interaction is indirect through DBS, that is, there is SQL, structured query language, to retrieve information. What are the considerations in database? Database may have multiple users at a single time. Therefore, they need to minimize the redundancy, maintain consistency, guarantee security, provide frequent backups, manage concurrence, and need to decide on the distributed or whether it should be distributed or centralized, and how the data independence will be ensured. It is how to separate storage of integration. Levels of abstraction in a database. We have 3 levels of abstraction: conceptual model, logical or internal model, physical model. One is known to the system, one is known to the user. And conceptual schema are defined using a data definition language, DDL. The data can be manipulated using a data manipulation language called DMLC. The name itself represents the definition. In SQL, structured query language, they provides both DDL and a DML. So there were certain older logical models like hierarchical, network, relational. Relational model become the norm, that is 95% use, that is we have RDBMS now, relational database model. We'll see these two types. Hierarchical model support quick searches but has a lot of redundancy in it, and network model have high maintenance overhead. See a simple map. Hierarchical means in the form of hierarchy, 1 then 2 siblings then 4 is this kind of arrangement. A network all are interconnected. See the hierarchy also and interconnected also, and network representation like this. Then came the relational model. Data are organized into relation, that is tables. Each row or tuple correspond to a particular entity, example person, place or thing, and each of the columns contain a field or attribute. Flexibility is introduced because table can be joined using common joining field like the primary key or a foreign key, which is unique. And relational database are managed by a RDBMS, relational database management system. SQL emerged as the most universal query language. So this is a type of simple relational structure for the simple polygon map, and this is after normalization. Normalization means we try to minimize certain things to have a good database management system. Then relational database properties. The tables in a relation database ought to have certain characteristics. The tuple in a relation are all distinct from one another. Each tuple has the same number of attributes. The ordering of the tuples in a relation has no significance, and the ordering of the columns in a relation has no significance, because everything depends on the primary key which you choose, and each cell contains only one data value as opposed to a set, array or list. Now newer logical models, the recent ones are deductive databases, object-oriented database ODBMS, and object relational databases like ORDBMS. Data management in GIS. Conventional RDBMS can not be used with spatial data. So point must record XY coordinate in a fixed sequence, could not use two columns in a relation. And alternatively, treating all the points in the polygon as a single tuple would infringe certain rules in the RDBMS. So we have shown certain diagrams, and the polygon and the line tables in the normalized version would normally have varying number of columns. The sequence in both columns are important. The same is true for the polygon table on the left, which we just saw. Now georelational models, a lot of data used in GIS is non-spatial attribute data. Every data is not spatial. So this can be managed very efficiently by RDBMS. Basically RDBMS is made for this purpose only. Many GIS traditionally use a hybrid georational model, that is attribute data was managed using RDBMS, but the locational data was managed using proprietary software. So georational structures, two gentlemen discuss 4 hybrid structure: ArcNode, RDBMS, object to RDBMS, compact raster to RDBMS, and chord tree to RDBMS. And field data model, field data can be controlled in either raster mode or vector mode, but in each case there is only one attribute per layer. Raster mode GIS facilitates very simple data structures, that is one layer per file. The object relational models also, georelational model do not permit attribute data to be managed by RDBMS. So similar restraints apply to field data model. So trend is towards ORDBMS. Major enterprise DBMS such as IBM DB2, Informix, Microsoft SQL Server, and Oracle are ORDMS, that is object relational DBMS. They all provide spatial extensions, as does open source Post GRSQL, and it's introduced the geo database in ArcGIS 8 and onwards. So we have geodatabase model. ArcGIS can still handle traditional as well as the geodatabase. So geodatabase is essentially a collection of data sets, and 3 main types of data sets are there: feature classes, rasters, and tables. And related feature classes may be grouped into a form called feature data set. And what are the benefits? We have table, we have feature set, and raster data set. Single geodatabase, this is a single geodatabase contain different types of feature classes: raster, streams, and and locators at a single, you can say a bucket. A personal geodatabase can be saved in a single file. Now coming to feature classes, in a georelation data model, the spatial and attribute details are contained in a separate file, that is shape and dbf, with unique identifiers used to join the data. In a geodatabase, a feature class can store the spatial data and details and the attribute data in the same table. Shapes are held in field either as a BLOB, that is binary large object, or as one of the extended spatial types supported by one of the enterprise ORDBMS. Example, Oracle Spatial. Types of geodatabase. There are three major types of geodatabases: personal geodatabases, file geodatabases, and ArcSDE geodatabases. If we specifically talk about the ISRI products, we have user, we have, you can say GIS, ArcGIS, and DBMS and data. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself.